In 2026, you stand at the crossroads of your future, facing the person you are right now and the person you were always meant to become. Right now, there's a version of you that is weak, holding on to fears, doubts, and excuses that keep you from reaching your true potential. That version of you needs to be left behind, crushed under the weight of your will to become stronger, better, and unstoppable. The time to silence the inner critic, to eliminate the distractions, and to step up to the challenge is now. You are not here by accident. Every failure, every setback, every struggle you faced was not a roadblock, but a lesson, a test to see how badly you want the life you deserve. You cannot change the past, but you can reshape the future, starting today, starting with the decision to kill that weak version of yourself. 2026 is not a year to coast through. It's a year to burn with purpose, to rise with relentless energy, to redefine what you thought was possible. Your greatest battles are ahead, but they're also your greatest opportunities. The person you are becoming demands courage, discipline, and a fire that refuses to die. It's time to fight for your future like never before. To embrace discomfort is to understand the very essence of growth. We live in a world that constantly seeks comfort. We build our homes to shelter us, our routines to protect us, and our lives to ensure that we avoid pain and hardship. But what if I told you that the greatest growth you will ever experience doesn't lie in avoiding discomfort, but in diving headfirst into it? Comfort zones are traps, and while they feel safe, they are the breeding grounds of stagnation. When you stay in the comfort zone, you resist change, you resist the challenges that are needed to unlock your true potential. It's in those moments of discomfort, when your body aches, when your mind tells you to quit, when the fear of failure looms over you, that's when the magic happens. That's when growth is forged. Discomfort is a signal that you are on the verge of breaking past your current limitations. It's a sign that you are pushing the boundaries of who you thought you were and what you thought was possible. Think about every great achievement in history. Every invention, every breakthrough, every success was birthed out of discomfort. The discomfort of uncertainty, the discomfort of failure, the discomfort of pushing against the limits of what was believed to be achievable. When you embark on a path of self-improvement, discomfort is inevitable. It comes in many forms: physically, emotionally, mentally. You may have to work harder than you've ever worked before. You may have to push through exhaustion, pain, or doubt, but the discomfort will never last forever. It will fade, and in its place will be a version of yourself that is stronger, more resilient, and more capable than ever before. Take physical training, for example. The body doesn't grow stronger in times of comfort. Muscles don't get bigger by resting or avoiding challenges. They grow when they're pushed to their limits, when they're subjected to stress, resistance, and strain. The same principle applies to your mind and spirit. If you want to strengthen your willpower, you have to face challenges that test your resolve. If you want to expand your knowledge, you have to push past the discomfort of ignorance and dive into learning. If you want to be successful, you have to put in the uncomfortable work day after day, even when it seems like no progress is being made. This idea of embracing discomfort applies not just in isolated moments of effort, but in all aspects of life. It applies to relationships, to careers, to personal growth. Often we avoid tough conversations because we don't want to deal with the discomfort of confrontation. We avoid taking risks because the discomfort of failure feels unbearable. But in avoiding discomfort, we are avoiding the very things that will propel us to new heights. When you choose comfort over discomfort, you choose to stay the same. You choose to play it safe, to maintain the status quo. But if you want to achieve greatness, you must push beyond that. Growth requires a willingness to face the unknown, to step into the fire and let it forge you into something new. And while the process may not always be pleasant, it will be worth it. You will look back on those moments of discomfort with gratitude, knowing they were the turning points that shaped you into the person you are becoming. It's important to recognize that discomfort doesn't mean failure. It's simply the process of stretching beyond your limits. When you're learning something new, whether it's a skill or a habit, you will encounter discomfort. It's a sign that you're in the process of becoming better. In those moments, you have two choices. You can retreat, shrink back into comfort, or you can lean in and push forward. The choice you make will determine whether you remain stagnant or whether you rise to new heights. Success is not handed to you on a silver platter. It's not given to those who wait for the perfect conditions or the easiest path. Success is earned by those who choose discomfort over comfort, who take risks and push through adversity. It's earned by those who are willing to fail, to fall, and to rise again stronger than before. The next time you face discomfort, whether in your personal life, your career, or your personal growth, Recognize it for what it truly is, a gift. It's an opportunity for you to test your limits, to challenge yourself, and to grow in ways you never thought possible. When discomfort arises, instead of shying away from it, lean into it. Embrace the struggle. Let it transform you. It's in those moments that your greatest growth happens. The road to success is never a straight line, and it's never a smooth ride. It's filled with bumps, bruises, and obstacles that will test your resilience. But each step you take through discomfort, each time you push through the barriers of fear and uncertainty, you are becoming a version of yourself that is unstoppable. You are becoming someone who is not defined by their circumstances, but by their ability to overcome them. So stop avoiding discomfort, stop fearing it. Stop seeing it as a sign of weakness or failure. Instead, welcome it as the catalyst for your growth. Embrace discomfort because it is the path to everything you've ever wanted. The moment you realize that, the moment you understand that growth only happens when you step out of your comfort zone, you will never fear discomfort again. Instead, you will seek it, knowing that each challenge you face is simply a stepping stone to the greatness that lies within you. The power to change your life lies in your ability to take full responsibility for your actions, your decisions, and ultimately your future. It's easy to blame circumstances, other people, or even luck for where you are in life. It's natural to want to shift the blame when things go wrong. But true empowerment doesn't come from external validation or the circumstances you're handed. It comes from within. It comes from the willingness to take full responsibility for everything that happens in your life, whether good or bad. When you take responsibility, you acknowledge that you are the architect of your own fate. Every decision you make, every thought you think, and every action you take contributes to the person you are today and the life you're living. If you're not where you want to be, it's not because of bad luck or external forces. It's because of choices you made, whether consciously or unconsciously. This is not meant to be a harsh criticism of yourself. It's a call to action. When you realize that you hold the keys to your own future, you empower yourself to make the changes necessary to move forward. It's easy to fall into the trap of victimhood. When things don't go our way, it's tempting to point fingers. Maybe your upbringing didn't provide the resources you needed. Maybe your circumstances didn't give you the opportunities others had. Maybe people in your life let you down or betrayed you. These are all valid reasons to feel hurt or angry, but none of them can stop you from taking responsibility for your next step. The moment you decide to stop blaming and start taking ownership is the moment you step into your power. Taking responsibility means looking at your situation with clear eyes. It means recognizing that no one is coming to save you. There's no knight in shining armor, no miracle waiting around the corner to change your life. You are the one who will make it happen, and that requires taking ownership of your decisions, both big and small. It means acknowledging that the choices you made in the past have led you to this moment. But it also means understanding that the choices you make today will determine where you go from here. The truth is, when you take responsibility, you stop giving away your power. You stop letting life circumstances dictate your path. Instead of seeing challenges as roadblocks, you start seeing them as opportunities for growth. Instead of waiting for the perfect conditions to act, you take control and start creating those conditions yourself. You stop making excuses and start making progress. You might wonder, but what if the challenges I face are beyond my control? Life is full of situations you can't predict or plan for. You might lose a job, experience a health crisis, or face personal tragedies. These are moments that feel out of your control, and they often make us feel helpless. But here's the thing, while you can't always control what happens to you, you can control how you respond. You can choose to take responsibility for your reaction to adversity. You can decide whether to let a setback define you or whether to rise stronger from it. It's easy to give in to the feelings of helplessness when life gets hard, but real power comes from the ability to rise above. In every situation, you have a choice. You can take responsibility for how you respond, or you can allow circumstances to take control of you. The moment you take responsibility for your response to life's challenges is the moment you stop being a victim of circumstances and start being the creator of your destiny. Taking full responsibility also means understanding that nothing changes unless you decide it will. It's easy to wait for things to improve on their own or to wait for someone to give you permission to make a change, but growth doesn't happen by waiting. It happens by doing. It happens when you decide that your life is worth the effort, that your future is worth the work, and that you are willing to put in the time, energy, and focus required to build the life you deserve. Taking responsibility is not about blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong, nor is it about being perfect. It's about owning your power to change your circumstances. It's about understanding that you have the ability to choose a different path no matter what's happened in the past. It's about making conscious decisions that align with the future you want, rather than being carried along by the tide of life. When you take responsibility, you also take control of your happiness. Happiness isn't something that happens to you, it's something you create. It's not dependent on external circumstances, people, or things. It's a result of the decisions you make every day. You have the power to shape your attitude, to choose how you view the world, and to decide how you react to life's ups and downs. When you take responsibility for your own happiness, you stop waiting for the world to change and start changing yourself. This shift in mindset is not always easy, but it is essential. It requires a willingness to let go of the past, to forgive yourself and others, and to recognize that the future is in your hands. It means owning your mistakes without shame, learning from them, and using them as stepping stones toward a better version of yourself. It means not waiting for permission from anyone or anything to start living the life you deserve. You are the only one who can create the life you want. Taking full responsibility for your life also means recognizing the power of your own decisions. The decisions you make every single day add up to shape your future. What you do today affects what happens tomorrow. Your habits, your routines, your choices, all of these are within your control. They might not always be easy choices, but they are yours to make. And by choosing to take responsibility, you begin to align your actions with your highest goals and values. The moment you realize that you are in control of your life, everything changes. You stop waiting for life to happen to you and start creating the life you want. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become the master of your own fate. You become someone who takes responsibility, not just for their successes, but for their failures, for their growth, and for their future. Small, consistent actions are the foundation upon which every significant achievement is built. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the enormity of a goal, especially when you're starting from scratch. The road to success can seem long and daunting, and at times the finish line feels miles away. But success doesn't come from giant leaps or momentous breakthroughs. It comes from doing the small things day in and day out with relentless consistency. It's the little decisions, the seemingly insignificant steps that compound over time to create extraordinary results. When you focus on the small actions, you take the pressure off yourself. You realize that success doesn't need to be a monumental event. It's a collection of small, deliberate choices. It's waking up every day and doing the work, even when you don't feel like it. It's putting in the hours when no one is watching, practicing your craft when no one's applauding, and continuing to show up even when the rewards seem distant. The magic lies in consistency, not perfection. One of the most powerful aspects of focusing on small, consistent actions is that they build momentum. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in life because once you get it going, it's hard to stop. The key to building momentum is not waiting for the perfect moment to start. Instead, it's about starting where you are, with what you have, and doing a little bit every day. The more you commit to taking consistent action, the more confident you become in your ability to succeed. You begin to trust the process and trust yourself. Each small action, no matter how insignificant it seems at the time, feeds into the larger goal, and over time those actions will compound into results. It's important to recognize that success is rarely a straight line. There will be setbacks. There will be days when you want to quit. There will be moments when you question if all your efforts are worth it. But this is where the power of consistency comes in. On the days when you feel demotivated or discouraged, it's the small, consistent actions that will keep you on track. It's those small habits that you build over time. Whether it's a daily workout, setting aside time to read, writing a few pages, or simply showing up at work every day, that will make the difference in the long run. By focusing on small actions, you also prevent yourself from feeling overwhelmed. Large goals can paralyze you because they seem insurmountable, but when you break them down into smaller, manageable tasks, you create a path that is easier to follow. You don't need to conquer the entire mountain all at once. You just need to take one step at a time. Each step you take, no matter how small, gets you closer to your goal. And each small step builds confidence. Each small victory reinforces the belief that you are capable of achieving the larger vision. Consistency also builds discipline. Discipline is not about motivation. It's about showing up and doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Motivation will come and go. Some days you'll feel on top of the world, and other days you'll feel drained or uninspired. But discipline is what gets you through the tough times. It's the act of doing the work regardless of how you feel. When you make small actions a non-negotiable part of your routine, you develop the mental toughness required to persevere in the face of challenges. There's also a compounding effect at play when it comes to small, consistent actions. Think about how compound interest works in finance. The more you invest over time, the more your investment grows, even without doing anything extra. The same principle applies to your actions. Each day you put in a small effort, it builds upon the last. Over time, this compounded effort leads to significant growth. One small action today might not seem like much, but when repeated day after day, it leads to major progress. Small actions also make goals feel more achievable. Instead of focusing on the end result, you shift your focus to the present moment, to what you can control right now. This shift in focus alleviates the stress of trying to achieve something massive and helps you feel in control of your progress. It allows you to take ownership of the process instead of feeling overwhelmed by the finish line. There's also a profound psychological effect that comes with small, consistent actions. When you stick to a routine, even when the results aren't immediate, you build a sense of trust in yourself. You begin to believe that you have the ability to follow through. You start to see yourself as someone who doesn't quit, who shows up every day no matter what. This self-trust is essential for long-term success. When you consistently do what you say you will do, you develop a sense of integrity and self-respect. You stop relying on external validation and instead find fulfillment in the process of doing the work. The beauty of small, consistent actions is that they are sustainable. Major efforts or bursts of productivity can burn you out quickly. You might push yourself hard for a few weeks only to crash and burn when you run out of steam, but small actions are sustainable because they don't require a huge amount of energy or willpower. They become part of your daily routine, ingrained into your habits. Over time, they become second nature, and you don't have to think about them, you just do them. This sustainability is what makes small, consistent actions so powerful in the long run. It's about making incremental improvements, day by day, until those improvements compound into something much larger than you could have achieved with sporadic bursts of effort. This is the key to lasting change and lasting success. You don't need to see immediate results to know that progress is being made. Just by showing up and doing the work, you're building the momentum and discipline that will eventually propel you to your goals. The most successful people in the world didn't get to where they are by making one big move or achieving one major goal. They got there by committing to small, consistent actions over time. They understand that success is a journey, not a destination, and that every small step is a victory in itself. Whether it's waking up early, reading a book every day, working on their business, or training their body, it's the daily grind that leads to extraordinary results. Fear is one of the most powerful forces that holds people back from reaching their potential. It can paralyze you, keep you stuck in a place of inaction, and convince you that you are not good enough, strong enough, or capable enough to achieve what you desire. But fear is not something to avoid or shrink from. Fear is a signal. It's a signal that you are on the edge of something significant, something that will push you to grow beyond the boundaries of your comfort zone. It's a sign that you're about to do something that could change your life forever. Instead of running from it, you must learn to face it, embrace it, and use it as fuel to propel you towards your goals. Fear often feels like a looming threat, but in reality, it's just a product of your mind's imagination. Most of what we fear doesn't even happen. Our minds are wired to exaggerate the worst-case scenarios, to project negative outcomes before they ever have a chance to unfold. This is why fear often seems so much bigger and more powerful than it actually is. It's your mind trying to protect you from what it perceives as danger, but that danger is often just a challenge, a growth opportunity, or a step towards something better. The first step in overcoming fear is recognizing it for what it is, an illusion. Fear doesn't define you. It only defines how you respond to it. When you learn to face your fears head on instead of letting them control you, you take away their power. You stop being a victim of fear and start being the master of your own actions. Fear will always be there, lurking in the background, but when you confront it directly, you take away its ability to dictate your decisions and actions. A common reason people allow fear to hold them back is that they are afraid of failure. Failure is often seen as the ultimate setback, a reflection of your worth and something to avoid at all costs. But the truth is, failure is an essential part of growth. It's the natural consequence of trying new things, of pushing yourself beyond your limits. No one who has ever achieved greatness did so without experiencing failure along the way. In fact, failure is not only inevitable, it's necessary. It's a teacher, a guide that shows you where you need to improve, where you need to adjust, and where you need to grow. Every successful person has faced failure, but they've used it as fuel to drive them forward, not as a reason to quit. It's important to remember that failure is not the end. It's a detour, not a dead end. It's a momentary setback, not a final destination. When you're afraid of failure, you're also afraid of growth, and if you avoid failure, you're likely avoiding opportunities to stretch yourself, to learn, and to improve. The fear of failure only keeps you stuck in the same place, never challenging yourself to become better or stronger. The moment you redefine failure as a learning experience rather than a setback, you take away its grip on you. Another powerful fear is the fear of judgment. Many people hold themselves back because they're worried about what others will think of them. They're afraid of criticism, rejection, or ridicule. This fear of judgment often leads to people playing small, hiding their true potential, and not taking the risks necessary to achieve greatness. The truth is, you can't control what others think. No matter how hard you try to please everyone, there will always be someone who disagrees with you, criticizes you, or judges you. The only thing you can control is your own response. If you're constantly worried about what others think, you'll never be able to take the bold actions required to achieve your goals. Instead of fearing judgment, you need to shift your focus to what matters most, your own growth and your own journey. The opinions of others are not a reflection of your value. What matters is how you see yourself, how you measure your progress, and how you move forward, regardless of external opinions. Fear of the unknown is another major obstacle. It's natural to feel anxious when you're venturing into uncharted territory, whether it's starting a new business, pursuing a new career, or embarking on a new relationship. The unknown is inherently uncertain, and that uncertainty breeds fear. But uncertainty is also where the greatest opportunities lie. The unknown is where the magic happens. It's where you discover your true potential, where you learn new skills, and where you push past the limitations that you've placed on yourself. If you always stay in your comfort zone, you will never experience the level of growth and success that you are capable of. Embracing the unknown means trusting yourself, knowing that even if things don't go as planned, you will learn and adapt. The unknown is not something to be afraid of. It's something to be excited about, because it's where you find your true strength. Ultimately, fear becomes a barrier when you give it too much power. When you allow fear to stop you from taking action, from pursuing your goals, or from living the life you want, you give it control over your future. But fear is only powerful when you let it be. When you take control and act despite your fear, you start to break down the barriers it has built. You start to realize that fear is just a feeling, not a fact. It's a reaction, not a reality. And when you move through it, when you take action, even when you're scared, you discover that the fear was never as big or as dangerous as it seemed. You are stronger than your fear. The more you face it, the less power it has over you. Fear will always be present, but it no longer has to dictate your actions. Every time you push through fear, you expand your capacity, you build your resilience, and you become a more powerful version of yourself. The only way to truly kill fear is by taking action, by proving to yourself that you are capable of more than your fear ever believed. A winning mindset is more than just positive thinking. It's the mental framework that enables you to stay focused, determined, and resilient no matter what challenges life throws at you. It's about conditioning your mind to see opportunities in the face of adversity, to persist when others quit, and to refuse to settle for mediocrity. A winning mindset is not something that happens overnight. It's cultivated through daily habits, choices, and actions that align with your higher goals and values. The way you think directly influences the way you act, and ultimately the results you get. If you want to win, you must first win the battle in your mind. One of the core elements of a winning mindset is the ability to stay focused on the goal, regardless of distractions or setbacks. Life is full of temptations and interruptions that can derail even the most determined individuals. But a person with a winning mindset doesn't allow the external world to dictate their inner world. They know what they want, and they stay committed to it, no matter how many obstacles come their way. Whether it's facing criticism, experiencing failure, or dealing with external pressures, they maintain their focus on the bigger picture. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending they don't exist. It means not letting them divert your energy or make you lose sight of your vision. Another key aspect of a winning mindset is resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from failure, adversity, and setbacks without losing your enthusiasm or sense of purpose. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how hard you work or how prepared you are, things won't always go according to plan. There will be times when you fail, when things fall apart, or when you feel like giving up. But it's in these moments that resilience is built. It's in the face of adversity that you learn how to adapt, how to pivot, and how to keep moving forward even when the road is tough. People with a winning mindset don't view failure as a reason to quit. They see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. They understand that failure is part of the journey, not the end of it. Each setback becomes a stepping stone to success, and they use every failure as feedback to improve and come back stronger. One of the most powerful elements of a winning mindset is self-belief. The way you think about yourself has a direct impact on your ability to succeed. If you believe you are capable of achieving something, you are more likely to take the actions necessary to make it happen. If you doubt yourself, however, you may find yourself hesitating, second-guessing your decisions, or even quitting before you've really tried. Self-belief is not about arrogance or thinking you're better than others. It's about having a deep, unwavering faith in your abilities and potential. When you truly believe in yourself, you don't let the fear of failure or the opinions of others hold you back. You trust that you have the resources, skills, and determination to overcome whatever challenges come your way. This belief is what allows you to take bold actions, to put yourself out there and to push the boundaries of what you thought was possible. A winning mindset also requires discipline. Discipline is the ability to stay consistent in your efforts, even when motivation wanes or obstacles arise. It's easy to be motivated when everything is going well, but true winners are those who continue to put in the work day after day, even when things are tough. They don't wait for the perfect moment or the ideal circumstances to take action. They make it happen regardless. Discipline means showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. It means doing what needs to be done, even when it's hard. It's about creating habits that align with your goals and sticking to them, even when the results don't come immediately. Success doesn't happen because of a few bursts of motivation. It happens because of the consistent, disciplined actions you take every single day. Moreover, a winning mindset embraces a growth-oriented perspective. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed over time through hard work, dedication, and learning. This is in contrast to a fixed mindset, which assumes that abilities are innate and unchangeable. When you have a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities to learn, not as signs of failure. You understand that setbacks are a normal part of the process and that they don't define your abilities or your future. You're always looking for ways to improve, whether through feedback, self-reflection, or learning from others. This mindset allows you to stay humble, hungry for growth, and willing to put in the effort necessary to master new skills and achieve your goals. Another component of a winning mindset is the ability to stay positive, even in difficult situations. This doesn't mean ignoring the challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on what's going right, on the progress you've made, and on the potential for success, no matter how bleak the situation may seem. Positivity fuels perseverance. It keeps you moving forward when the road gets tough. When you stay positive, you also attract positive energy into your life. You begin to see solutions instead of problems, opportunities instead of obstacles. Positive thinking isn't about being unrealistic. It's about choosing to see the best in yourself and in the circumstances around you, knowing that no matter how difficult things get, you can handle it and come out stronger on the other side. A key trait of those with a winning mindset is their ability to take ownership of their lives. They don't blame others for their problems or wait for circumstances to change. They understand that they are responsible for their own success and happiness. When things go wrong, they look at what they can learn from the situation and take proactive steps to improve. Taking ownership means not waiting for someone else to give you permission to succeed. It means taking control of your life and doing whatever it takes to make your vision a reality. It's about taking 100% responsibility for the results you're getting and not making excuses or pointing fingers. A winning mindset also involves embracing patience. Success rarely happens overnight. It takes time, effort, and perseverance. People with a winning mindset understand this and are willing to put in the necessary work. Even when they don't see immediate results, they trust the process and know that everything they do today will pay off in the future. Patience is not about waiting passively. It's about continuing to take consistent action, even when the rewards seem far away. It's about understanding that the journey is just as important as the destination, and that every step you take brings you closer to your goals. In summary, a winning mindset is not just about having the right thoughts, it's about taking the right actions. It's a mental framework that supports persistence, resilience, and growth. It's about believing in yourself, staying disciplined, and taking full responsibility for your journey. When you adopt a winning mindset, you stop letting external circumstances dictate your success, and instead, you create your own path. This mindset doesn't guarantee that things will always be easy, but it does guarantee that you'll have the strength and determination to keep going no matter what. A winning mindset is the key to unlocking your potential and achieving everything you've ever dreamed of. Time is the most valuable resource we have, yet it is often the one we take for granted. We waste it, squander it, and let it slip away without fully understanding its true worth. Time does not wait for anyone. It keeps moving forward, never slowing down, never turning back. Once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. Understanding the importance of time and learning how to manage it effectively is crucial if you want to succeed in life. Every minute you waste is a minute you can never get back. If you want to achieve greatness, you need to respect time and use it wisely. One of the biggest challenges people face when it comes to managing time is the tendency to procrastinate. We delay tasks, put things off, and tell ourselves that we'll get to them later. The problem with procrastination is that it steals time from us. The more we put things off, the more time we waste, and the more pressure we put on ourselves to get things done. Procrastination also leads to feelings of stress and anxiety as the tasks we avoid pile up and create a sense of overwhelm. The key to overcoming procrastination is learning to take action immediately. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel like it. Just start. Starting is often the hardest part, but once you take that first step, momentum will carry you forward. When you make a habit of taking action without delay, you take control of your time and prevent procrastination from sabotaging your success. Another major issue that people face when it comes to time management is a lack of prioritization. We all have countless tasks and responsibilities competing for our attention, and it can be easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life. But not all tasks are created equal. Some tasks are urgent but not important, while others are important but not urgent. Learning how to prioritize your tasks based on their level of importance can help you focus on what truly matters and avoid wasting time on things that don't contribute to your long-term goals. A great way to prioritize is to use the Eisenhower matrix, a simple tool that divides tasks into 4 quadrants: urgent and important, not urgent but important, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. By focusing on the tasks that are both urgent and important, you can ensure that you are making progress on the things that will have the greatest impact on your life. Time management also involves learning how to say no. Too often we say yes to things out of a sense of obligation or fear of letting others down. We overcommit ourselves, take on too many projects, and end up stretching ourselves thin. This not only wastes our time, but also leads to burnout and exhaustion. Saying no is not about being selfish. It's about protecting your time and energy. It's about being selective with how you spend your time so that you can focus on the things that truly matter. When you say no to something, you are saying yes to your own well-being and your long-term success. It's important to remember that every time you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else. Whether it's your personal time, your health, or your ability to work on your goals, one of the most effective ways to manage time is to create a schedule or plan for your day. Without a plan, it's easy to get distracted or caught up in the busyness of life. A schedule helps you stay organized, focused, and productive. It ensures that you're spending your time on the activities that align with your goals and values. Planning your day ahead of time also gives you a sense of control over your time, which can reduce stress and increase your sense of accomplishment. It's important to be realistic when planning your day. Don't overpack your schedule with too many tasks, and be sure to allow for breaks and moments of rest. A well-balanced day is key to maintaining focus and productivity over the long term. Another crucial element of time management is the ability to delegate. As you take on more responsibility in your life, it becomes impossible to do everything yourself. Learning how to delegate tasks to others is essential for freeing up your time and ensuring that you're focusing on the things that are most important. Delegating is not a sign of weakness or incompetence, it's a sign of strength and leadership. It shows that you understand your strengths and limitations and that you're willing to rely on others to help you achieve your goals. Whether it's at work, in your personal life, or in your business, delegation allows you to make the best use of your time and energy by giving others the opportunity to contribute their skills and expertise. Time management also involves understanding the value of rest and recovery. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that working nonstop is the key to success, but the truth is that burnout is a real and serious issue. When you neglect rest, your productivity, focus, and overall well-being suffer. you become less effective and more prone to mistakes. The best way to manage your time is to balance hard work with rest. Take time each day to recharge, whether it's through exercise, meditation, hobbies, or simply relaxing with loved ones. Rest is not a luxury. It's a necessity for maintaining your energy and motivation over the long haul. When you allow yourself time to rest and recover, you come back to your work with renewed focus, creativity, and determination. Managing your time effectively also requires an understanding of long-term vision and patience. Many people struggle with time management because they focus too much on short-term results and instant gratification. However, achieving meaningful success takes time. It requires consistent effort and patience. The key is to stay focused on the bigger picture, even when the immediate results aren't visible. Time management isn't just about checking things off a to-do list, it's about aligning your daily actions with your long-term vision. Each step you take today brings you closer to where you want to be in the future. By managing your time with this long-term perspective, you ensure that every decision you make and every action you take is moving you in the right direction. One final aspect of time management is reflection. Taking the time to regularly reflect on how you're spending your time is essential for growth. At the end of each day, week, or month, ask yourself if you're using your time in the best way possible. Are you spending enough time on the things that matter most? Are there areas where you can improve or adjust? Regular reflection helps you stay accountable to your goals and gives you the opportunity to make adjustments before you waste too much time on things that don't serve your vision. The more you reflect, the more aware you become of how precious your time truly is, and the more motivated you will be to use it wisely. Success is not defined by the accolades you achieve or the status you reach, but by the person you become in the pursuit of your goals. It's easy to get caught up in external measurements of success, the awards, the recognition, the praise from others, but real success is about inner growth, the strength you develop through adversity, and the impact you have on the world around you. In many ways, the journey to success is even more important than the destination. The lessons you learn, the obstacles you overcome, and the character you build along the way are what shape your true success. Success begins with a decision to commit to your goals, to fully embrace the challenges that come with pursuing them, and to refuse to give up when things get tough. It's easy to talk about success in theory, but to truly succeed, you must make a conscious decision every day to take action. People often fail because they don't commit to the process. They're waiting for the right moment, for the perfect conditions, or for the feeling of motivation to strike. But success doesn't wait for the perfect time. It's not about waiting until everything is aligned. It's about taking consistent action, even when the timing isn't ideal. Every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. The key is to stay focused on the long-term vision, not the immediate obstacles. Commitment means showing up even when you don't feel like it, even when the road is hard, and when things seem uncertain. Every great success story has been fueled by this unwavering commitment to the vision, regardless of the trials faced along the way. Some days will feel like victories, others will feel like setbacks, but the key is to keep moving forward, even if it's just one step at a time. Consistency and persistence are what separate those who achieve success from those who fall short. It's about continuing to push through, even when there's no immediate reward in sight. Along with commitment comes the willingness to embrace discomfort and challenge. True growth never happens in your comfort zone. If you're not stretching yourself, taking risks, and facing challenges head on, you're stagnating. Success requires you to step outside of what's familiar, to take on challenges that push you to grow in ways you never imagined. This is where the greatest transformation occurs. When you face difficulties and obstacles, you are forced to find new ways of thinking, new solutions, and new approaches. This is where true mastery is gained. It's through the discomfort of challenge that you learn what you're capable of. And it's this growth that leads to lasting success. Another key aspect of success is learning to navigate failure. The fear of failure holds many people back from taking risks and pursuing their dreams. They're afraid that failure will define them or that it will prove they aren't good enough. But in reality, failure is an essential part of the success process. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a necessary part of the journey. Every successful person has faced failure at some point. It's what they've done with those failures that sets them apart. They use failure as a learning tool, not as a reason to quit. When you fail, you don't fail forever. What matters is how you respond. Do you quit or do you rise again, learn from the experience, and come back stronger? The most successful people aren't the ones who never fail, they're the ones who learn how to fail forward. Each failure provides invaluable lessons that bring you closer to your goal. If you're not failing, you're not taking risks. If you're not taking risks, you're not growing. Failure teaches you resilience, creativity, and problem solving. It forces you to think differently and forces you to develop perseverance, the backbone of success. In the pursuit of success, it's crucial to surround yourself with the right people. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you want to grow, to push yourself to new heights, you must surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and encourage you to be your best. Having the right support system is one of the most powerful tools in your journey towards success. These are the people who will hold you accountable, give you honest feedback, and cheer you on when the going gets tough. They will be there to pick you up when you fall and to celebrate your victories with you. It's also important to build a strong sense of self-belief. Success starts with confidence in your own abilities. You must trust that you are capable of achieving great things, even when the evidence doesn't yet support it. Self-belief is the foundation upon which everything else is built. If you don't believe in yourself, you'll never take the necessary actions to make your dreams a reality. The belief that you are worthy of success, that you can handle whatever comes your way, and that you have the strength to overcome any obstacle is what fuels perseverance. Success also demands that you maintain an unwavering focus on your goals. It's easy to become distracted by shiny objects, by things that seem important in the moment, but ultimately don't contribute to your long-term success. In a world full of distractions, maintaining focus is one of the hardest challenges you'll face, but it's also one of the most important. When you focus on your goals with single-minded determination, you avoid the trap of wasting time and energy on things that don't move you forward. Staying focused allows you to make consistent progress toward your objectives, and it ensures that your actions are aligned with your vision. Equally important is the ability to manage your time wisely. Time is the most precious resource we have, and it is something you can never get back. How you choose to spend your time dictates the success you will achieve. Successful people are intentional with their time. They know what matters most and allocate their time to those activities that have the greatest impact. This means cutting out time wasters, learning to say no, and making decisions that prioritize long-term goals over short-term gratification. Time management isn't just about scheduling. It's about making sure your daily actions are aligned with your bigger picture. Lastly, success requires the ability to maintain patience. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to become impatient, to want results immediately. But true success takes time. It's a long-term process that requires you to trust the journey and keep your eyes on the prize, even when it feels like progress is slow. Patience doesn't mean doing nothing. It means staying the course, trusting that every effort you make today is bringing you closer to your goals. The greatest achievements take time to materialize. You must learn to enjoy the journey, to see every challenge as an opportunity for growth, and to trust that your efforts will eventually bear fruit. Success is not a one-time event. It's a series of decisions, actions, and habits that build on each other over time. It's about staying committed, working through challenges, and maintaining focus on your goals. Success is not defined by the moment you make it, but by the person you become along the way. The journey is just as important as the destination, and the success you achieve will be a reflection of the strength, character, and resilience you build in the process.